Hi, I want to welcome you to Stat 243. My name is Cara Lee, and I use she or they pronouns. And I'm really excited to work with you. And this is the hybrid modality or hybrid format class. So I want to explain that and make sure that that is a good fit for you first of all. Then I want to get in and show you, give you an orientation of the class. So hybrid is halfway between an online class and an in-person class, fully in-person class. And there's different forms of hybrids, but that's what ours is. So we only meet once a week on Tuesdays, but it's the same amount of work and content as a class that would meet 2 days a week on campus, or a fully online class. But we get to meet once a week, so that's really fabulous. So this format gives you more flexibility because you only have to come to class once a week, but it also does require more responsibility because you have more work to do outside of class. Okay, so that's the trade-off. Do you want flexibility or do you want more in class? Okay, so if you discover that you think this is not the right fit for you, please let me know. I'm happy to help you find a different class. And you can think about it as we're going through this video because I'm going to show you how it works. So just in case you're brand new to PCC and need to get into your coursework, let me show you how to do that. I've logged into my PCC. And in the upper right, there's a bunch of icons. And the first one is a computer icon, maybe a laptop. That is the one way to log into D2L, which is our content system. And then the other way is if you scroll down on the left, there's a D2L Brightspace login. Okay, I'm just going to click on that one since I'm here. This will take you, or the shortcut, if my PCC is ever down, let me move this down. If you can also go to online.pcc.edu. That's a shortcut to get to this page here. I need to go back to fall. Probably yours will come up on fall 2024 or whatever term this is if you're seeing this in a future term. And all your courses will be shown here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click on our class. If you're seeing things look different, it might be because I'm using this video in a future term and everything is the same, okay, except for the maybe pictures or something. So here is our course. This is our course homepage. Just to orient you, this house will take you back out to all your courses, same with this little grid here. And then in our course homepage, we have this navigation bar across the top, which I'll go through. And then on the right is how to get help. This is all the information about me. Okay, so you can see my email, phone. I have a text number, roughly business hours for texting. You can email me anytime, and then I'll get back to you as soon as I get back online. I have student help hours, which are after our class and some other classes, and also an optional link to set up a virtual meeting. Happy to do that as well. Tutoring links as well. And then where you're going to start is in the welcome announcement right here. Now you might also be here watching this video. I'm re-recording these videos right now for this this announcement, so you might be here right now. This is where you're going to start on how our class is going to work. Okay, so let me go over the navigation though. Homepage takes you back to our course homepage, which is this page right here. Content has all the content of our class, our lectures, our videos, our labs, the things we're going to do in class, all that stuff. So I'll show you that in a minute. Excuse me. Coursework has tabs for assignments and discussions. So this is not all of our coursework, but this is some of our coursework, probably between content and that. Course info has announcements, class lists, class progress, and groups. Grades will show you your grade in the course at any time, all your grades and combined. Links has our external links for the class, which are also listed right here. So whichever you find easier. Zoom. If you set up a time with me, this actually uses Google Meet, so you may or may not use this Zoom link. We'll see how that goes. Help has all kinds of things: PCC accessibility, D2L help, tutoring again, student activities, send corrections or feedback, or student help desk. So help desk is great if you're having a technical issue and it's a real computer issue, so it's beyond what I might be able to help you with. The student help desk is great with that. And then you won't see instructor tools. Let me actually change myself to a student. And then you won't see the instructor tools. Okay, let me move this back up for a second. Okay, so those are all the things. And like I said, start with the videos as you're already doing. Then I'm going to give you an overview of the content. Okay, and usually you'll start on this overview page right here. So here's an overview, a little bit of my philosophy. I'm not going to read everything. I'll let you do that, but I really appreciate this mathematician, and I try to center more voices that haven't been centered in the past, especially people of color. And so you're going to start, if you're kind of new to D2L and PCC, you might want to start with student resources for online learning. This is the same in every online class, and since we're half online, I've kept all the online stuff. Lots of different links here, but this is optional. Our course starts right here in Module 0. And there's some introduction, learning outcomes, Indigenous land and data sovereignty acknowledgement, some information about me, and our syllabus, course calendar, my Open Math account, which is our free online homework, and a student info assignment. Okay. There's also always an optional discussion. So if you want to post a question, you can post anonymously if you want to. If you get stuck on something outside of class, you're always welcome to post here, and I'll check. Other students can answer, but I also will check these and help as well. Okay, so that's an overview. I'm going to start with the syllabus and just go over a few things. First of all, in my philosophy, equity is very important, and I really enjoy working with all students at PCC. That's why I'm here, and I love my job. So I really value differences, and I appreciate working with all students. So you can read more about that here. And I also try to use numbers and current issues, maybe social justice issues, to highlight things that are going on in current events. So this quote from a former student really sums up my philosophy, and this is what they said. They said, "The biggest thing I bring with me today is that who controls the numbers has a big say in what narrative is constructed with them. Knowledge and being able to share that knowledge is power, and I'm inspired to seek meaning in the numbers in ways I haven't before." So that is really my overall philosophy in the class. There are lots of help links throughout. We have help with housing, food, all kinds of things like that, so you're welcome to use those resources. Here's our course information about day, time, meeting location. We're at the Southeast Campus on 82nd and Division. Here's all the information about me, a lot of it that's repeated from the widget on the home page. Communication guidelines. If you ever get stuck between classes, please reach out. Even if you feel, oh my gosh, I'm just completely stuck, we can probably resolve it pretty quickly, okay, with a meeting. It just helps to talk, right? So we can set up a Google Meet, or we can set up a phone call as well, or you can call me. Those are all options because we're only meeting once a week, but I'm also here to support you throughout the week, okay? Resources, and I've sent you an email already, but we have a lecture notes packet. This is the most important thing to get before the first day, is get the lecture notes packet, or at least the first module, which is pages 1 through 12. We have a free online book. I'll show you that later on. Everything else is free. And if you want to before class, you're welcome to set up your free online homework system. We'll also help each other with this in class. And there's a video down below this one with full instructions on how to do that. Course information and learning outcomes. Okay, what I want to get to is flipped class and class organization and weekly pattern. So our class is mostly flipped. If you can imagine, we only have half the class time, so we can't do a full lecture class. That just wouldn't work. That's why we have hybrids are usually flipped. So we have video lectures for all the notes pages. And you'll be watching most of them outside of class. I do want to do some of them together in class. So maybe in about an hour, hour and a half or so, we will do some together in class, and then the rest of the time will be practical practice with our labs, okay? So I want to save more time, 1.5 to 2 hours for the labs, because that's the practice part. And that's more important to do that together as well as not having enough time for all the lecture. So what this does is lets you do more of the things, lower retention things on your own time, watching lecture videos. You can speed them up, slow them down, pause them, all those kind of things. And moving up to like discussing, practice, and teaching others, doing those things during class. Okay, those are higher retention activities. Okay, so in order to do that, I have a weekly pattern set up, and it'll be the same, pretty similar every week. Midterm and final weeks will be slightly a little different, but most weeks will be the same. So before our class, you're going to watch certain videos in content, and I'll show you where it is and which one, how you know which ones to watch. And you're going to take notes on those notes pages or on plain paper. Or some people do use the PDFs and write on a tablet. Any way you want to take notes is fine. Those are for your use. Then during class, we also will do a few pages together, okay? And I might save the harder ones. I'm still working all that out, which ones we're going to do together. And then we'll work on the lab activity. You may also have some homework time at the end. I'm a firm believer in giving your full money's worth. So plan to stay the full time. I know it's 3 hours. It's a long time, but it's going to go by fast, and we'll have a break in the middle. So you might have a little homework time at the end, depending on how fast you are with labs. I will have some drop-in help right after class, so you're welcome to stay after class, half an hour after class. Between classes, you're welcome to schedule instructor time, go to tutoring study groups, post questions online. And then the next Tuesday, so we'll have a Tuesday to Tuesday system, everything will be due, okay? So do spread it out over the week. I don't encourage you doing everything on Tuesdays. There's too much content and you won't retain things very well, okay? But I did build in quite a bit of flexibility during the week for you, okay? There's 3 things that'll be due each week. Our My Open Math online homework, our Desmos lab, which will start in class. You might finish, you might not. And then a module quiz, which is essentially a take-home quiz. And I will show you that in the My Open Math video, because that's where it will be. And we'll talk in class as well. But I want to just give you a sense of what each week will look like, okay? Watch videos, come to class, a few more notes, and working on lab, getting help in the meantime, and then homework, lab, and quiz, okay? That's essentially our week. In a nutshell. So I'm just going to flip through here just to see if I want to say anything else, but there's lots of info about technology, help desk, accessibility, AI. I'll just mention that you can use AI in good ways, but you can also use AI in bad ways, okay? Ways that violate the student code of conduct. So any work that you're submitting, that you're writing on a quiz, anything that's turned in, should be your own writing, okay? But you can use AI to do things like ask it to summarize a topic for you or generate practice questions. So if you have any questions about that, please let me know. Here's a description of each of the learning activities and graded things. So I'll save that for you to read since I'm talking about it verbally. Okay, let me talk about flexibility. So I do have flexibility as much as I can, which is during the term. I can't change when the term ends, right? So if you get sick or have an emergency or need just need a couple days here or there. That's totally fine with me, okay? But it is really important to stay on track because there's a lot of content. And so I have specific guidelines for different things if you miss class, need an extension on different things, okay? However, I can't just have someone do the whole class in the last 2 weeks, right? That's going to flood me with work and I might not be able to finish grading all that. And also, it's just really not good for learning. So if someone did get really behind, I might have to set certain deadlines and it's possible that you might not be able to finish the class. Okay, so stay on track. That's the message there. But please do, if you need a couple days here and there, totally fine. There's no penalty for that at all. Okay. Here's the grading, all the points and the grading scale. And then here's all the PCC policies and links and so forth. Okay. So PCC, along with me, really cares about a good learning and working environment for everyone. So equity and inclusion. If you are finding that you're not experiencing that, if it's in our class, please let me know because I want to help with that. If it is, or you're welcome to talk to me about other things as well. There is also an office for that, the Office of Equity and Inclusion, and you're welcome to contact them directly as well if you prefer to do that. More basic needs, that's repeated from above. Different things from registration, rights and responsibilities, academic integrity. It's really important to do your own work. Accessibility and accommodations. If you're working with Accessible Ed, I'm happy to work with you. Please send me your accommodations. I'm happy to set up a meeting, discuss privately with you. And if you're interested in that or want to get the process started, here's the link for that right there. More privacy policies and campus resources. Okay. So that is quite a lot on the syllabus. I know it's long. And I'm just going to go to the very top. Well, you'll see at the top and the bottom there are arrows. I don't want to scroll all the way up. So I would have gone up to this arrow. You can navigate this way, or you can go back here to the module that you're in. Okay, course calendar. This has that same weekly pattern, and I'll print this course calendar for class. A lot of students like to check things off as they go. So same weekly pattern, and we have 2 tests that'll be during class, midterm and final. And then here's a grid that shows everything we're doing week by week, okay? So it says what to do before class on each week, and then the things that we'll be doing in class, and then things that are due after class. So it's the same information, but in a different way. It also shows you which sections of the textbook we're using. Okay, you can scroll all the way down, do that. I'll bring that to class. Let me go back. So I like to see where I am in the list, so I'm going to go back here, but you can also just click through things as you go. Oh, I also want to mention this over here. Some items are automatically, the things that I think you're just going to go to one time and you're done, it's an automatic check off. But things you might spend more time on or come back to, I have set this up so you can check it off manually. So treat this like a checklist. And really our whole class is like a checklist. These are like the chapters over here, and then these are what's in each chapter. So it's a checklist within a checklist. If you just went through everything here, and then inside here you go through everything here, you'll get through everything in the class, okay? Regardless of those other links at the top. Those are really just kind of shortcuts that you can use if you want to. Okay, so we're still in course information. Okay, we did the syllabus and course calendar. My Open Math, there's a separate video for that, so I'm going to save that. And then student info assignment. This is for me to get to know more information about you, and I'll be the only one who will see it. So you can share whatever you want to, okay? Of course. Don't share more than you want to, just what you want to. But if you have any concerns, this is a good place to put that, and I respond to each one of these in writing, okay? And also happy to set up a meeting if you want to do it that way instead. And then again, the optional discussion area in each module. Okay, so that is an overview of our course. And then a couple more things right after this Module 0. Here are the pages to buy or print. And it's 97 pages without the cover sheet or 99 with the cover sheet. Okay, so it is a lot of pages, but if you want to just print it one time and be done for the whole term, you can just do that before the term starts or before class meets, okay? Or you can buy it in the bookstore. Multnomah County libraries still have free printing, and you can print up to 100 pages a day, so I just barely got under that limit. You also have a $10 printing allowance on campus, so you could come to any of our campuses, find the computer lab. You can look online for maps, find the computer lab, and you can use that allowance to print if you want to do it that way. Okay, so this is the file. I've also sent it to you by email. It's the same file, and I'll just scroll through here and show you that there's a lot of writing. Gotta scroll over here. There's a lot of printed items and writing on these pages, a lot of screenshots because we're using a lot of technology. So I do recommend getting it. Of course, you can always look at the online PDF as well. But it will save you a lot of writing. There's data, there's graphs, all kinds of things like that on here. So like here's some data we're going to look at in the first week. So highly recommend getting that. And pages 1 through 12 is module 1. Okay, so if you want to go week by week, they're also, like if you have a printer at home and you just want to go week by week, we have the individual PDFs in each module as well. So you could do that. Okay, so I wanted to show you that. And that's the number one thing, is to get that for the first week. And then class links and data sets, I'll show you that later on. Then in the next video, I'm going to go through a typical week. I kind of went through the pattern, but I'm going to show you what a typical week looks like. There are some videos you can watch before our first class, I mean, in addition to the welcome ones. But during the first week, it's also okay if you watch them after class, okay? But generally, you want to watch them before class. So that's why I'm making the videos, so you can understand the process. Okay, so in the next video, I'm going to go through kind of overview modules 1 and 2, just so you can see what they look like in the module. Okay, so I'll see you there.